Between the excitement is everything. I'm Mitch. This is Mitch Reviews Everything, and today I'll be doing another beer review. I'll be reviewing Keystone Premium. That's right, Keystone Premium. This is a beer that you often don't think about because the Keystone Light, they advertise heavily and aggressively. This one is not so much. In fact, in my area, I didn't even realize that there was. I mean, they advertise Keystone Light so much that you don't even ever hear about this. And you walk into a beer distributor or your grocery store, and they have stacks of Keystone Light, and then they'll have a few cases sitting tucked behind them. You just never hear anybody talking about it. If they are buying Keystone, they usually are buying Keystone Light. It's just one of those things. This is from the Chorus Brewing Company out of Golden, Colorado. It's in a 12 fluid ounce can. This can actually, they do this nice slim, taller can that's taller than your average like pop or beer can. I kind of like that. I was doing a Secchi's review a few minutes ago. But anyways, it is a 4.4 alcohol by volume, and the calories are 108. Now, compared to what they're putting up on the website, Keystone Light is a 4.2 alcohol, and it's 100 calories. There's not that much difference in calories or alcohol content between this and the light, which I'll definitely at some point be doing a side by side review of premium Keystone and regular and Keystone Light. I see it's so normal that I almost called it regular Keystone Light because that's what you're in your mind when you think of Keystone beer you think of. At least in my area. Maybe they advertise this in your area. Not in mine. This beer was originally released in 1989. I saw online in California, and apparently it became so popular they're putting it out. Have been putting it out for a long time nationwide. There's been several varieties of this beer, including one called Keystone Dry. Apparently it came in a black and red can. If anybody's ever had that, I mean that was out before I was 21. Let me know what you thought of that because I would love to try that Keystone Dry. Very clear, medium carbonation with a soapy kind of white head, and it is just golden clear, exactly what you would imagine in a beer of this variety. Just super light golden. It smells how you would imagine. You know what it smells like? It smells like beer. Your classic idea of what beer smells like, at least in the US. It smells of corn, sweetness, like a barley kind of smell, like corn or grain, like a grain that I can't really decipher, but I don't know if it's barley or not. I don't know. It's definitely like a grain, like a bready, grainy corn sweetness. And really, there's not much more to it. It smells exactly like the classic scent of what beer smells like. But let's give it a try. Well, it's crisp, it's clean, it goes down easy. I mean, it has a really kind of, to me, when I taste this, I get hit with that like corn sweetness flavor, maybe even too sweet for some. The carbonation's good. This goes down really easy on a hot day. And then there's not much more than that. I mean, hoppiness level is so low, you wouldn't even know that there was hops, especially in today's day and age where they're over hopping everything. And not saying there's anything wrong with that, but That's just the trend in today's beer, at least in my area from what I see. I mean, if you went from drinking something heavy to this, you wouldn't even know you were drinking beer. This is really nice to drink just after work or something. You could drink a few of these and, you know, enjoy a hamburger or something like that. Or you could really honestly drink this with pretty much any meal. But, I mean, this is actually a really good beer. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I used to drink this all the time. I stopped drinking it and went to Hams. I actually like Hams better. I feel like Hams has a better taste. This has that, there's also a metallic kind of taste to it, but not as much as you would think. I have to do a side-by-side with Keystone Light. I gotta try the Keystone Light and this right next to each other and see how they compare. Because the reality is, if you compare them, I mean, there's only a 0.2.4. This is 4.4. It's 4.2, and we're talking about 8-calorie difference between this and that. I'm not sure how much different this could possibly be. But to be honest with you, I mean, this is not a bad beer. It is what it is. This is an everyday beer. This is a get home from work, every man kind of drink a beer. Because you made it through another day, I guess, or every person, I should say, I guess. I mean, it is a good beer. I think it's very, very overlooked because Coors does a poor advertising job on it. But I think that they should probably put more money into their advertising. And the other thing I wanted to note on this real quick before we go, this actually costs more than the Light. I'm sorry, it's reversed. This actually costs less than the Light. So, which is, I don't know, you know, I'm not sure about like what the cost of actual manufacturing and everything. But this actually costs $2 to $3 cheaper than Keystone Light as well. I'm guessing that's to pay for all the advertising they put into the Light version. But like I said, I've never even seen this advertised. If you're paying attention, you'll see it sitting tucked behind the Keystone Light. But Coors loves to advertise that and pretend like this one doesn't exist as far as their advertising goes. But that's really all I have for you. Nothing really off-putting, and nothing really that bad. But I mean, if you want hoppiness and stuff like that, then obviously this isn't for you. But if you're just looking for an everyday beer that's a good price, actually even better than the Light version, and honestly, not that many more calories. I mean, I don't know how much beer you drink, but I mean, it would take an awful lot to really kind of start to add up when you're talking about only 8 calories. So unless you're watching every calorie, which a lot of people do. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Anyways, this has been Mitch. This is Mitch Reviews Everything. I will see you again. Cheers.